Okay. Whenever you're ready. I'll do that. What's mine?
All right, welcome back to episode 252 of Technical Foul Sports Podcast. You never knew you needed it. Let's get to it.
Yo, this your boy TIMKINZ, the number 3, aka Ass Catch 'em, aka Mr. Give It To Me. Hello, welcome back.
I am the Eric
Only known as
the Eric J. Not with us again. Is the point guard of the group.
we are. If y'all can send out some prayers and everything like that, hope everything is well wishes and be on the up and up. So if y'all could just go ahead and send, through the waves, through the air.
Oh, she's gonna finish the intro.
No,
Camille's not with us this week. She's at home still resting up. Like Tim said, if you could just send your well wishes her way, yeah, that'd be appreciated.
But I got you. Camille, point guard of the crew, the real life T for Lockhart, holding it down for all the women who love sports.
And it's your boy K Harris, the gentleman,
The gentleman,
the everyday gentleman,
24/7.
but better known as K Diddy. Jesus, that was an aggressive take, there, sir. Jesus.
Pause. Sports fact of the week. On this day, today being May 31st, in 2018, the Warriors defeated the Cleveland Cavaliers in Game 1 of the 2018 NBA Finals. 124 to 114 in overtime. Do y'all remember what is special about that?
Yes. Game? I was at the bar watching that bitch. Everybody was with LeBron. What the fuck, JR? What the fuck? I was sitting there looking. I was like, oh my God.
That's funny.
LeBron couldn't hold it in. Like, usually he poised on the court. He just on the court. Bro, what?
Yeah, somehow that's 4 years ago already. But
damn.
Yeah, the J.R. Smith game. So for those that don't remember, I don't know who will be listening to the show that doesn't, but was it George Hill was at the line for the Cavaliers. They were, I think it was 107-107. He missed the second free throw. J.R. Smith got the rebound and thought that they were up one. Dribbled out the clock. LeBron was flabbergasted.
Screaming for the ball too.
Wow, bro.
Here. No timeouts, no nothing. Damn.
Like the thing that really set it off for me is when like the video came out of just like them in the timeout and LeBron was just like staring off into space and didn't talk to nobody.
They
like,
say shit,
bruh.
He
balled the fuck out. Like LeBron had 51, 8 and 8 that game.
I truly felt like that game was kind of the deciding factor for the rest of the finals, honestly, because I felt like if they'd have took that game or been able to get that game, it kind of would have changed the course of how things kind of played out. But they got their asses.
Yeah. I mean, we were doing the show then. I'm pretty sure I predicted a sweep or close to it. So I was surprised. Like, that was one of the best games I've ever seen LeBron play. And that's saying a lot because it's LeBron James.
Right,
but
exactly.
like he poured his heart into that, and like for it to lose in that manner, like if he wasn't planning to leave Cleveland before that, like that probably cemented it, I would imagine.
He's like, yeah, I'm out this.
Kevin Durant hitting that three on him in that was it game 5, game 4, game 5?
I think that was the year before.
Was that the year before?
Yeah.
That was the same damn year. Jesus, please.
I mean, like there were like 4 Cavs Warriors finals, so like I get it, like why you'd be confused, but yeah, no.
Wasn't it like 7 years straight with either LeBron or Stephen?
Well, LeBron went to the finals 10 years in a
Yeah,
row.
10 years in a row, bro.
Man.
Ridiculous. LeBron James.
A whole decade.
Straight.
In the finals, bro.
Yeah, because like
for real. It's like what
again,
the-
like having the first person experience, well, not first person experience, but like as a Bucks fan, like you realize like going to like deep in the playoffs every year, Like that shit is exhausting. Like even from a fan perspective, where you just like living and dying with every possession. Like imagine that as a player that you got to get up. Like Boston has played every other day for the last 3 weeks, I think.
Woo! That's why everybody hurt every other day.
Yeah. So yes, shout out to LeBron. But also thank you, JR, because that was the meme like that kept on giving because that was the time. Somehow that was 4 years ago already.
That's crazy.
Good old JR.
But as a reminder, we do have another show. It's every Thursday. What is it? 7:30 p.m. Central Time, 5:30 p.m. Pacific Time. It's called Overtime, and you can catch it only 2 places. 2. First, our good friends, our good friends at The Good News. They have a radio app. You can download that at their website
for sure.
Or you can subscribe to our Technical File YouTube page. YouTube. Only 2 places that you can get that show. And this week we will be previewing the NBA Finals. So if you came to this episode thinking we're gonna talk finals, you'll have to wait.
Yeah.
Wait 48 hours, and then you will get our thoughts on the 2022 NBA Finals. We will be talking basketball though, so don't turn it off. Let's see. Any other housekeeping? We will be launching our brand new merchandise website.
Sure.
We'll it's through Teespring. So you can actually pretty much like we have lots of colors, lots of different items that we have our logo on. So if you want to support us, please do that through our merchandise page, which we will be adding to our social media, and I'll try to talk to somebody to get that into the description of this show.
Do we got the little short joints?
Like the Hoochie Daddy shorts?
The Hoochie Daddy joints?
No, but
I thought I seen some. I'm like, okay.
Hoochie
Put the
Daddy
logo.
Tech 5.
Put our logo on that motherfucking thigh.
Yeah, bro, I'm out here. Thighs out.
Told you thighs and lies all summer.
Hey, thighs and lies. There we go. Say less. Living my best life. Thighs and lies.
Yeah, that sounds like. Oh, never mind. I ain't gonna go there. Game that needs a name.
Ooh, I have one. Damn, I had one early. Oh, I don't know how this is gonna sound though.
Oh, okay.
So y'all can correct me if I'm
all right. Go ahead.
a little
I'm
off.
about to say something wild.
Who's the cold white receivers?
How about just white receivers?
This thing
It used to be a bunch of them back in the day.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like you can't like who? How you gonna say like who's cold or not?
I thought of Jordy Nelson,
So just say white receivers.
but he cold. Not all of them cold.
Who else? Okay.
Like,
But again, like how we gonna say like like somebody say Wayne Corbett, you be like he ain't cold. Like how you gonna say like?
Damn, you right.
So just gotta be
I only can think of one, so we gotta do
What
something
is
else. You already know, was it?
white receiver.
Oh, really?
Yeah, who else?
Cole
Ed
Beasley?
McCaffrey. Ed McCaffrey.
Yeah.
I mean, we finna name them all, so we.
That's what I'm saying. Let's do something else. I can't think of it.
I got fast food restaurants,
We can do that.
which really
Okay.
like let's say restaurants with a drive-through, because like we got into that before, and it's
Yeah,
like,
we did.
is this fast food or not? So like,
Fast
Oh.
drive-through.
For Hollywood, I can win.
otherwise we have the same 2 from last week: Olympic sports and NFL DBs.
Oh, do you got what's the name on the docket? Gladney.
No, but you can remember. You want to say
We could do DBs then. But RIP to Jeff Gladney. He was the first round pick for the Vikings. And then he ended up signing with the Arizona Cardinals this offseason after he had some litigation things going on with him, but he cleared and signed with the Cardinals, and then he ended up passing away from a car accident yesterday, I believe.
25 years old.
Trash.
Terrible.
RIP for sure.
But with that being said, I'm cool with cornerbacks
Cornerbacks and safeties.
and safeties.
I guess. Yeah, we can do that.
You want to do DBs?
Ken was like, man, I'll be back.
I mean, you got a whole Bear squad to go down. It shouldn't be that hard. Oh, you ain't got no corners.
We never really.
It's all time. Like if they play cornerback in the NFL, I mean cornerback
Yeah, I'm
or safety
cool.
in the NFL, like
Yeah, I'm good.
fair game. All right.
Okay. Shit.
You
All right, y'all ready?
picked it, and
I
now you
know.
like shit.
I know. All right, I'm gonna go with my favorite. Champ Bailey,
Darrell Revis,
Brian Dawkins.
Jair Alexander.
Deion Sanders.
Champ Bailey. This one.
I said
Yeah.
Champ first.
God damn it.
Ty Law,
Rod Woodson.
Charles Woodson,
That's what I was going to. Terrell Buckley.
Darnell Savage,
Ray Buchanan.
Razul Douglas,
It's harder. Because I had a list, and I was like, if I could hit the list without nobody saying it, I'll be all right.
Yo, you just had to go down your team.
I
your
wasn't
favorites.
listening when you first said it. I was like, God damn it.
All right, you gonna win one week.
I know.
Eventually.
Martin Hanks was my next one.
That was good. You
Right.
don't remember Merton Hanks? He used to do like the chicken neck thing.
Yeah.
I probably do. If I seen highlights from him, I'll probably be like, oh, okay. I remember him.
Leroy.
Leroy Butler. Like he kept hitting Packers so quick, like I
You know, said Wes Welker. What is,
Oh, yeah, I sure forgot
the
about
Amendolas, the Welkers, the St. Oh, not St. Louis, LA Rams, Cooper Cup.
Oh, Cooper. Yeah, Cooper. Yeah.
They had a couple.
Cooper Cup.
well, we can do that next week.
All right, bet.
But yeah, that's all the housekeeping I got. So I guess we can get into the show.
For sure.
There we go. It's like an NBA whistle. It's late in time.
Bro, they had to wait for the shot. All the minutes.
But with that being said, we do have our NBA finals set. The Western Conference champions are the Golden State Warriors, who defeated Dallas 4-1. And Boston defeated Miami 4-3. Which side do you want to start?
We can. Might as well get the Warriors one out the way. That was pretty quick.
It was. Last time we met, Golden State was up 3-0 going into the game that night. Dallas did manage to avoid the sweep, but they were eventually blown out in Game 5. Another in a long string of blowouts in these NBA playoffs.
Hello.
There really isn't much to take away from that series aside from the Warriors are back and Luka needs some help.
I was gonna say Luka tried.
They're talking about Levine, possibly in Dallas. I can see it.
What they giving up?
They don't have to. They got money.
No, they don't.
They don't.
Mm.
I thought they did.
There had to be a sign of trade if they did.
Dang.
You know so. Just add him. I don't know.
I mean, they have some flexibility to make moves, but like if they're adding Levine, like they can't just sign him outright. Like they would have to, pretty sure, get rid of Brunson because he's a free agent this year.
The rest of them are on 5. No, but no, I've heard that rumor there, but no, Luka does need a little bit more.
You know, look,
I mean,
he need help.
He made it to the Western Conference Finals. Was it 2 years in a row now?
No. Remember they kept getting eliminated by the Clippers.
I thought that was
he
the Western
just got
Conference. Oh no,
past
that's right.
first
'Cause
round.
they never made it to the damn championship. Yeah. No, you're right. But yeah, I mean, he making progress by himself.
I mean, like that ain't fair to his teammates. Like it's not like he's just
I
going
mean,
out
but still, like,
five.
everybody say he need more help, and he's getting incremental help, and he's getting incrementally further.
Again, like I come back to this thing that we do for young offensive superstars, and it's like, oh, he needs some help. He needs some help, but like we kind of ignore all the things that he's not doing.
Defense.
He ain't there for that.
I mean, he played better in the playoffs.
I'm not saying like he's there to be a defensive stopper, but like if you look at somebody like Steph is obviously the weakest defender in the Warriors starting 5, but he busts his ass to make sure like he don't get picked on. And like they try to, but like
that's too much energy though. If Luka the number 1 option on offense, I need him to save his
Steph's
energy.
off ball movement, bro.
Yeah, but he got multiple people that can shoot around. Luka is literally just like, all right, when we come down, I gotta have the ball for us to score.
He could pass him a little soon.
No, he has Dinwiddie, he has Jalen Brunson, like he has Tim Hardaway Jr. when he's healthy. Like it's not like he's the only person that can handle the ball. And like they do get offensive contributions from Brunson, Dinwiddie. They got shooters and Finney Smith and Reggie Bullock. They have bigs that can at least roll to the basket and get you buckets or can step out and hit threes. So it's like the cupboard isn't completely bare. But what I come back to is like the Hawks made a surprise conference finals run last year. They came into this year thinking like, oh yeah, we're going to start right back off where we left.
Sweet.
And then they came out the gates and were just trash and never really got their season on track. So like for me, it's like a young team that overperforms, like you got to make sure that you're still building toward, like you can't just like rest on your laurels and be like, oh yeah, we set, like we got a good squad. Like you got to keep, like just imagine that you got eliminated from in the first round again. Like that's the same mentality that you got to have. Like you're much closer to a first round exit than you are from getting back to the conference finals. When you factor in next year, Denver's gonna be better, the Clippers gonna be better, theoretically the Lakers gonna be better. So like you have teams, and nobody's like obviously gonna fall off except maybe Utah, depending on what they do. So like the West is going to be stacked next year, so you got to go in with a growth mindset that we got to keep pushing. So like when I say like Luka needs help, I'm saying that they need to keep improving this roster. Like this roster was good this season. They really went on a tear. Like once they really got one healthy, but then also got rid of Porzingis and they got acclimated to Jason Kidd's system.
I was saying add a kid. That was huge. Honestly.
Also going back to Milwaukee. His Milwaukee tenure is like first year had a great defense, second year NBA figured it out. Like they also, as a coaching staff, need to make sure that they aren't getting picked apart once teams have time to really go through the tape.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah, and Luka's capable of playing defense. He showed that in even in this series, especially at the beginning, like he can hold his own when he has to.
And he's 6'9" or something like that.
6'7".
Yeah.
But like Jason Kidd challenged him, like I want to say it was midway through the Phoenix series because they started picking on him like real, like they were like,
lighting his ass
who got Luka? All right, bring your ass here. Chris Paul went to work. So like he has it in him. So like I'm not saying like he has to come out and be like defensive player of the year, but like just make it so that you're not the mark essentially.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Or they have to hide you in the corner.
Exactly, because like then you got everybody like making up for you, and then it's like a Gobert in Utah situation where like he going around trying to plug every leak, and it's just like,
What if they added Gobert?
that is like one of the most attainable players theoretically in the league, and I think that
Then Woody has a salary to match.
I don't know if
he's
he's
about
by
like 37,
himself,
47.
no, but like
He'll
I
cover
think
a lot of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say like he can be like the basis of that trade. Now what that does to their offense, since they really exploited like the 5-out thing, I don't know. But like the problem in Utah when they get to the playoffs, for me at least, is that Gobert is their defense. Like everybody else is like an average to very subpar defensive players. So like if you have again Finney Smith and Bullock as your defensive wings that can chase around like the best players, then you aren't just relying on Rudy at the rim to kind of stop everything, and they can't spread you out to the extent that other teams have in the past.
That's fair. Because I'm just kind of thinking of who would be available for Dallas to kind of chase. Because Mitchell might be available, and then you can again Dinwiddie can go that way because then you lose in the backcourt. Man, you add Dinwiddie, he's a capable starter too. He'll give you the buckets and the assists if he needs to. He won't be the focal point of the offense, but he'll be good enough for you to get you some buckets, orchestrated and shit like that. Conley will still be there, maybe. But it's other teams that's been looking for Conley too. So it's like Luka has Dallas has some options. I would say.
So reframing it a little bit, do you think that they should go like star hunting, or should they keep building like a perfect ecosystem around Luka, where like you're just getting like a bunch of like great role players that can fit around him?
Before I answer that, what do you consider Jalen Brunson to be? Because what I'm thinking is they need a number 2, but if Brunson can be their number 2 option, they would just need another 3.
I think Brunson is closer to elite role player than second star, if that makes sense. Like I think if Jalen Brunson is on your team, like you want him to be like your third, maybe fourth best player. Like him as your second best player, I don't think that gets you. Like as great as Luka is, I don't think that gets you where you want to go.
Okay, well then I think that they should probably find another. Like
They
need a second star.
Yeah,
because I like Brunson a lot, and I think that he's still developing and still getting better and stuff like that. So he can eventually become like whatever second star they get, he'd be option number 3. Which option number 3 with him would be great. So,
like basically like Van Vliet and Jalen Brunson are like the Spider-Man pointing me. Like I look at them as basically like the same dude, just like 2 or 3 years difference in age.
Isn't he available too? Coming available this summer?
I think he's a free agent next year, so they're like he may be on the block this year because they don't want to pay him going forward. Theoretically. I also saw OG Anunoby is possibly
I saw that.
available.
But everybody named Mama gonna want him.
I mean, if this playoffs has taught us nothing, it's like you can never have enough wings. Which obviously is what Toronto was building. But the report was that he wasn't happy about like basically Scotty Barnes coming in and taking his role, like him getting pushed
I hear
further
you, Scotty
down.
Cole.
No. I get that, but that would be like us bringing in Q and being like, he get all your mic time. You'd be like, hey, but what I'm supposed to do here?
Yeah, no, that ain't happening.
I'm just saying, like, how would you react to that? You'd be like, nah, man.
I take my time back. What you talking about?
I'm going back to I'm going to 72 and 10 then. Right?
Hey, you know we're gonna turn up over there.
I need my own
Hey,
space.
we trading.
But yeah, so like, but shout out to Dallas. Like, I was skeptical about the Jason Kidd hire. That seems to have been the right decision so far. I've been saying like Luka needs to show it. He showed it. First team All NBA, I believe.
Yep.
And their defense like got way better like throughout the season. Trading Porzingis was definitely the right move. Like even if it was just getting Porzingis off the team.
Mhm.
So whatever Bertans and Dinwiddie gave you was kind of a bonus, and they gave you a lot, especially like through the playoff run. So, yeah, I think they're on the right track. Again, like they just need to avoid the trap that Atlanta fell into last year, which is, oh, we made it, and
avoid
rest on your laurels.
Avoid the juggernaut because them motherfuckers is damn near back, bro. Like,
Yeah, also I think that Golden State was just a bad matchup, which is what I kind of considered going into that series.
Mhm.
I mean, we can talk about our predictions. Like what I know, I had Warriors in 6.
I think I had. Oh shit! I think I chose Dallas.
Yeah, I thought
Y'all definitely jumped out the window.
I did say
How
Dallas.
many games?
Let's see. So I had Dallas. Eric had Golden State. Camille had Golden State, and Ken had Dallas. Oh. But it's all right though, because I mean, and then Golden State possibly getting one shout out to Steph for winning the Magic Johnson
Western Conference MVP, Western Conference Final MVP award.
Correct. But also they may be getting Gary Payton Jr. or the third, second. Gary Payton.
Gary Payton Jr. is a completely different person.
For
Gary
sure.
Payton has 2 sons named Gary Payton. One's junior, one's the second.
But yeah, Gary GP too. He may be coming back, and that's gonna be a big boost to their defense and their bench and their rotation because he can go out there and give cats. He even was in the post a couple times too. Like he's gonna give him different dynamic if he can come back as well. And then I would kind of, because as of right now, I'm still leaning towards Boston. But if he comes
that tomorrow, don't spoil.
correct, but if he's able to come back, like they did that without him, and they had big contributions from Kuminga and Wiggins
Moody.
and
Moody.
I was surprised.
Moses Moody.
Moses Moody. I was surprised the contribution he kind of chipped in. I wasn't expecting to hear his name honestly in the postseason, but they got it across the board. So congrats to Steph and the play nuclear.
You brought us here, so like we got Dallas out of the way. Like shout out to them on a great season, but to your point, like the Warriors won that series. Like the Warriors took that series. And like we're done here. Like it's over. We'll give you one, and then we gonna have to move on. We need some rest. So yeah, shout out to Steph. Clay had a great game 5. Draymond did Draymond things. Mooney, Poole, Wiggins had a great series. The Warriors look great. And I really don't know what more to say. Like there isn't much to take away. Like they kind of just they dominated down. Like I felt like that series was close when we were here last week. I felt like that series was closer in like the outcomes of the game, just because like the other games were basically blowouts from tip. It's just they will alternate games who was blowing who out. So like it was somewhat competitive, but it was clear game after game. It's like, okay, Dallas ain't in their league right now.
They ain't got it.
So any takeaways from Golden State and their performance? You can say no, sorry.
No, I'm sorry. No, I don't really think so. I'm saving it
that's
for
cool.
tomorrow.
Like because we talked about it last week too, where they were on the verge of clinching. It's like their decade of dominance, essentially. Like they're doing this after everybody thought they basically wrote them off. Like Clay's injured, KD left.
Yeah.
Like Draymond and Steph are getting old, and then
This is, I don't know, it's just crazy. Like what was the last time I was in the finals? 4?
2019.
And they right back. Like I definitely did not expect them to get back this quickly, I guess.
What, 2 or 3 top 10 picks in the meantime, in between time?
Yeah. Crazy.
and then Moody was
Yeah.
like 14.
Nuts.
So yeah, we
It's fun to watch.
they faded to the background and rebuilt right under our noses.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just like the picks; like they also had internal growth from Poole. Like
Mhm.
Looney is apparently like baby Draymond.
Yeah.
And then like they filled in with the right type of role players. Like for some of them years, like they had like Ty Bowman and Kelly Oubre and D'Angelo Russell, like players that just didn't fit with the way the Golden State played.
Yeah.
But they identified the right types of players and brought them in. So like Otto Porter and Bielitsa and Gary Payton II, Juan Toscano Anderson, like who hasn't really been playing, but like he at least showed that he can play within them in that system. So if they need a 6'7" dude who can just run around and play defense, like they got that.
And he's
So,
growing
you
in
know what I mean? Like it's just they know who they are and they bring in players to fit what they do.
Mhm. It's fun to watch. They need to chill out.
Oh,
No.
y'all ain't got nothing for him.
Hey,
I mean, half your fan base is rooting for him again. So
cool. Oh man, they ain't real. They ain't real.
says the dude that jumped on the books.
I'm not a bill. I live here. It's different if a nigga
You
don't
been
live
living
They
here.
live in California. What you
Okay.
talking about?
All right, man. I don't like the Bucks no more. Y'all feel better? I don't fuck with the Bucks.
You say
Is
that.
that
now.
is that better?
You say that today.
Because
Is
they
that
got
better?
knocked out the playoffs. Like if they was
They was
in the
in.
finals,
Oh,
they was like, yeah,
it's
Bucks-
football for all
Bucks
day.
for six.
I don't understand how I get. Come here, where you at?
Right there.
These niggas every fucking show, nigga. These niggas want to talk about. Oh, I always wanted the Bucks to win, except when they play the Lakers.
Camille said also the Warriors system is hard to learn. Guys need time to learn it, and you see them shining now.
Mhm.
That was talking about with Toscano Anderson. Like he's gonna grow into the system too.
Like Zach, I got you. Zach Lowe brought up that point. He's like, yeah, last year, like back down the home stretch, like the Warriors went, I think 15-5. Like they went on a tear and then got eliminated play in. But when they went on that tear, it was after Wiseman got hurt, so he was out of the lineup.
Mhm.
I think Oubre got hurt and he was out of the lineup. They started playing Juan Toscano Anderson and players of that ilk where it's just like, okay, you know how to play with us. Let's go. And like that unlocked Steph. Like Steph went on the tear. Draymond was back being Draymond. And it was kind of like you could kind of see like, oh damn, they really got something going until they met Chop. And LeBron saw 4 rims and was like, oh man, I aim for the one in the middle.
I just aim for the one in the middle. It's just terrible.
Exactly, for no damn reason.
Wait, ain't nobody asked that. Ain't nobody brought it
For
up.
no reason.
I just seen 3-4 rims, bro. I just aim for the one that's right in front of me. All right, bro. You gotta boost the legacy.
Oh snap, bro! You gotta love it, bro.
But moving to the other conference, like I said, Miami lost to Boston 4-3.
That's good. That's serious.
I mean, everybody, including Draymond Green, wrote off Miami after Game 5. It's like Draymond even went on national television. and said, I'm gonna tell you who I think we're gonna play. We're gonna play Boston. That's who we're gonna play.
Apparently that pissed off Miami.
Yeah, it did. Because they were talking big shit after they came out and
Game
beat
6.
the shit out of Boston in Game 6.
Yeah.
Like it really, I don't know what the final score was, but it was not as close as whatever the final score was. Like Jimmy came out, dropped 47. PJ Tucker was flying around on defense. Like they were just like completely locked in.
Yeah. That was a really good game too.
Which I mean, like after the game, Udonis Haslam was like, "Oh man, Draymond broke the code." I have the whole quote. Let's see. This is Udonis Haslam speaking. He said he let Shaq peer pressure him into saying some shit he ain't got no business saying. I didn't sleep much after he said that. That was some bullshit. We're going home. We did what we're supposed to do. Don't ever count us out. And he also said, I don't know what part of the game. Oh, sorry. PJ Tucker said, I don't know what part of the game is that a player picking the team before they're out. That's crazy, bro. And it's like, I get it. Like, they're super competitive people. Like, they take any slight, like, super personally. But
don't talk about me.
at the same time, it's like, did y'all see how y'all played in Game 5? Because, like, I mean, honestly, like, I didn't expect them to win the series after that because Jimmy was on one leg. Kyle Lowry was completely useless. Max Strus couldn't hit a shot. And Bam looked scared as fuck. So it's like, I get it, but like maybe play with that pride before you get called out on national television about it. Because and then like maybe wait until you actually close out the series before you start taking a victory lap. Like, yeah, tell Draymond we said thanks. It's like, okay,
you still got one more game, my
I was
guy.
gonna say, like, he put the battery in your pack. He put the battery pack in your back for a game, and then y'all went out the next game. It's like,
That game 7 was pretty good.
no, the game 7 was great, and they put up a great effort. But again, it's like, don't talk your shit until the job is done.
Exactly.
Like, until you know you're gonna go see Draymond. It's like,
exactly. He came back like, and I said what I said.
So the Max Strus 3. Was it a 3 or was the foot on the line? I feel like his back heel was on the line.
you want to set it up?
All right. So apparently there was like a 9. Well, the Heat went on a run. It's like a 9-0 run. Max hit a nice little sidestep. Drain that motherfucking corner. He did.
They ain't call it.
They didn't call it, but it looked like, so his back heel looked like it touched the out of bounds line on his left foot. They called it good. Let the game kind of roll for and all of a sudden out the blue. Hey y'all, no. That don't count. That don't count no more. Next thing you know, the Heat down 3 points. Well, 3 points less than what they had. And everybody like, and I'm sure as Heat fans, I would have been pretty pissed too.
Yeah.
Like what?
Especially
The
after
entire
the fact, too, yeah.
like y'all could have stopped the game. Y'all could have chilled. Y'all could have reviewed the game for a minute. Y'all didn't have to let us keep rolling.
Well, okay, so just to explain like why that was, and like I admit, like I've never seen it on that type of play, but like essentially, like if there's a questionable, like is that a 2 or a 3? Is the foot on the line? Was that a shot clock violation? Like those are things that can be reviewed back in the New York home office. Like they don't have to stop the game to review that. Just at the next stoppage of play, like New York will like buzz in, like, hey, that 2, that shot you called a 2, actually his foot was behind the line, that was a 3. Or like things of that nature. So like that's what happened is that they went back, they looked at instant replay in the home office in New York.
Took them a minute.
Well, again, like they play didn't stop, so like it kept going. They marked that as like, oh, we need to check that out. By the time that the next stoppage of play took place, they were like, no, actually, it's no basket because you stepped out of bounds first.
The next day.
Again, like I knew that it applied to, is it a 2 or a 3, and is it a shot clock violation? I didn't know that you can go back and review out of bounds because, like, if you remember, I think it was one of them years that KD was on the Warriors. Remember, he had like that thing where he stepped out of bounds like for 4 steps and then like knocked it in. I think it was against Houston. Y'all remember that? It was like super obvious. Like
he stepped out of bounds and then came back in.
And then like he was out of bounds when he hit the ball. Like it was like his third step. He hit the ball. It got knocked back in. And I think the Warriors hit a 3. And James Harden was just like, "What the fuck?"
Like, bro, you can't tell me you ain't see his big ass over there out of bounds.
Right. So like what I've read that it is that if it immediately leads to a shot, then they can review it. Like if it was he stepped out of bounds and they passed it, somebody shot it and hit a 3. Then they can't go back and look, which
it's still weird.
Yeah, it's just like it doesn't feel right in that instance. Like that should be like, to your point, like maybe a stoppage of play, like review that. Yeah. But again, like they've taken so many of the reviews out. Like I don't know, like it's a bad look for the NBA. It's kind of like sometimes you just gotta live with human error to an extent.
Makes more sense.
But yeah, like to your point, like if I was a Miami fan, I'd be pissed because
took 3 points off the board.
Took 3 points.
Like they voided the whole thing. Like they ain't give them shit. They ain't just voided the whole. Like dang.
Because the thing is, like that would have changed things. Like then it would have been a dead ball. Miami could have got back and got their defense set. It could have changed like the whole flow of the game. So to go back retroactively and be like, actually, no, we gonna take them off. It's weird. But speaking of controversial 3-pointers in that game, Jimmy Butler actually had. And so first of all, Boston was up, I think 14 with like 3 or 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Miami had a furious comeback in the last couple minutes to the point where Jimmy Butler had an opportunity to take a 3-point shot opportunity with 14 seconds left. So he's on a fast break. He has only Al Horford in front of him. He stops, pulls up for a 3. Decision is pretty split, like whether that was a good shot for Jimmy, a bad shot. Like where do y'all stand?
He was wide open. Like
he's also like a career like 30%.
I hear you, but he also had a couple games this series where he hit like 4 threes. So it was like, I'm gonna go look and see what he did because he was wide open.
Okay, hold on. So like you're saying that because he was wide open, that's the shot to win the game. Like you're feeling like not stats, but just like you're feeling on like when he rises up for that three. What are you thinking? Like
he felt it. Shit, if he felt that was the best shot he should have took in that moment, as opposed to trying to meet Al Horford at the rim, which Al Horford is athletic enough to go ahead and contest it. He felt, I'm gonna Coach Carter this shit. We got 18 seconds left. Let me pull up. He pulled up, bro. He pulled up and shit. It didn't go in. It just didn't.
As a Laker fan, I've seen this shot way too many times to tell you that it's a bad fucking shot. All right, I'm damn near expert at this shit because Westbrook do it damn near every game. But no, okay. The reason why I say that it was a bad shot is because he had a clear shot. He could have got to the rim, bro. Al Horford was backpedaling, bro. You telling me that I couldn't just whip past this dude, bro? He was back. I'm watching it live, like, bro, why you pull up? Like this man backpedaling. Like, come on, bro. It was an easy two, bro.
I hear you, bro.
It was an easy two, bro.
If he felt like in that moment,
but that's not him though. Like I understand, like he's streaky, bro. And he felt it again. I was like, okay, he felt it. It was a bad.
Okay, correction on my Tim stat. He had one game where he hit 4 threes. Other than that, he was 1 for 4, 1 for 5, 0 for 2, 0 for 0. He ain't take a 3 in game 5.
That's not his game, bro. That's not his
game 4. I'm sorry. And then 1 for 3 and 0 for 2. But he was 4 for 8 the game before.
But you was trying to make it sound like he's Steph Curry or something here.
Again, if in that moment he felt like this is the best thing for me to do, because Jimmy Butler, we all know he's mid-range and gonna hit the paint. We know that, and that's his game. That's where he's at. That's where he's most comfortable. And he felt like in that moment, you know what? We need this. I feel that shit. Let it fly.
Now, if I see Al Horford backpedaling to the basket,
pull up.
No, bro, I'm coming straight to the bucket on you, bro.
So
easy too. Get back OD.
In the moment, I was like, that Jimmy Butler shooting a 3, like you could probably get a better shot than that.
Exactly.
Like understanding that he's wide open. But it's kind of like you wide open for a reason. Like I put myself as a Bucks fan, it's like if Giannis is coming down and he pulls up for a 3 in that situation, I'll be like, bro,
no,
like take your ass to the rim.
Uh-huh.
So like Camille chimed in. So she said he did make the same shot in the second quarter though. He decided to go for the win over the tie, so I'm not mad at his decision. He said his teammates were cool with it. I think he should have taken the 2. And I don't disagree with that. But that was actually what I was going to get to, is that he did make the same exact shot in the second quarter. Like, so it's a shot that he's comfortable with. He's seen it go through. He has the confidence there.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you got to factor in, at that point, he had played 47 minutes and, if my math is correct, 38 seconds or 36 seconds.
Dog time.
So he was tired. He was going for the win. Like, also, I don't know if Miami would have won a game in overtime. Like, you're really just prolonging. You're playing not to lose instead of playing to win.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, and it's Jimmy Butler on Miami Heat. Like, he is their best player. And really, in that situation, are you trying to get an open shot for Strus? Are you trying, like,
mm-hmm.
there aren't really great options on the board at that point. And again, like, if you're Jimmy Butler and you're like, damn, I'm on my last legs. Like, I can end this shit right now. I wouldn't have done it, but I understand it and I don't have a problem with it.
I feel like he took into account that even though Horford was backpedaling, he still can give him enough of a contest at the moment. Like, Horford has made some amazing blocks throughout this entire playoffs.
He tired
shit
too.
That you like, bro.
He tired too.
I hear you, but he ain't lose his height.
He tired.
He still can put a damn hand up and make it a contested shot. He took them, in essence, what was the most wide open shot outside of stepping one step inside the line.
I understand because y'all Bucks fans and y'all feel like, what Al Horford was doing to y'all, but it's different.
He was doing it during the Heat series too.
Think about this though, like it's 14 seconds left in the game. He is like, he would basically have to get like mauled to get a foul. So like if Horford is backtracking and then he like just stands up like, yo, I'm gonna contest this, like he can basically get away with murder at that point and is not gonna get a foul call. So like, yeah, it's an easy 2 until he knocked your ass out the air.
That was, yeah. Like this one, wait, I'm watching pull up again real quick in real time.
Instead of him pulling like that makes more sense. Like I would have felt better. Like, yo, he tried to get the easy 2, he got blocked. Horford, whatever. But just to pull up and you was wide open and miss, bro.
Wait, no, bro, that wasn't gonna be no easy. What is y'all talking about? Horford was standing at the free throw line, bro. Hold on.
Your finger, man.
Horford is right there. That's not no
Press play.
easy two.
Press play.
Bro, wait. Y'all said he was backpedaling, so it would have been an easy two. If we stop when he decided to pull up, he's right there in front of him.
Press play.
He literally in his way.
Press play.
He contested the three. What are y'all talking about?
That ain't what I
It was
thought.
not what, bro. Come on, bro. I knew what I saw, bro. Like
Camille.
Horford was right there.
Camille, send the right footage in this group chat.
Like, bro, he was at the free throw line. It wasn't no easy blow by.
Send the right footage in the.
He was not getting what he wanted at that rim, Camille. If I show you this doggone video, my man's is right there. He even stepped up from the free throw line from backpedaling, like y'all was saying.
Hey,
So now he's supersonic.
like Draymond
He said
said, I
this.
said what I said.
And came up and contested the three, even though it was wide open initially. It still was a good contest.
Hey, I saw a live.
He
It
was
was
right.
different.
You just seen the damn replay.
It was different live.
No,
Thank
Camille.
you.
No,
Thank
Camille. No, Camille, not this one.
I'm gonna find it.
Eric even agreed with me on
Hey,
this one.
he gotta edit it.
Hey,
he gotta
you
edit
know,
a video. Or
Hey,
some
fam,
shit.
Tim pulled receipts. I'm like, I don't know what to tell
That
you.
ain't real.
I don't disagree. Like there was, I
No.
think Jalen Brown was on the wing.
No,
He
no,
would have been
it
there
was-
at the rim.
That
Like
ain't the right one, bro.
No, he still had. It was three bodies
it's the
back.
other game 7 3-pointer with 14 seconds left.
Nah, bro.
Like no,
That ain't what I
dog.
seen, bro.
When I seen it, I was like, no,
That ain't what
I
I
can
saw.
see it. I can understand that.
That ain't what I saw.
No, bro.
I don't know what that is. Hey, that was in the metaverse,
I don't-
nigga. I don't know what. Fuck that. That ain't what I
Wait,
saw.
so what I
goddammit.
hear is Ken agreed too.
That ain't what I seen.
Hey, if you want to,
that ain't what I-
it's
I don't-
open there.
I
That's
It's
part of
free.
the up down or some shit, some Stranger Things shit. I don't know what that is.
I don't know.
Like I'll say this, like to play both sides. I don't think it was as easy as Ken and Camille are making it out to be. Like it wasn't just he had an open lane to the basket. Like
Horford was right there at the free throw
Horford
line
was
waiting on him.
there. They had two other.
No, but he stopped. Like he stopped because he pulled up. If he would have kept driving by him, he would have drove.
You don't think Horford could have turned his body,
No,
bro?
bro.
He would have had to come to the right.
Bro, no.
He hit it on Euro,
He
but he's
wasn't,
still
bro.
getting contested at the rim.
No, bro.
Like I said, like there were two other Celtics back. There was somebody in the corner, and I think Jalen Brown on the wing. Like Jalen Brown even came in, like when he thought Jimmy was coming down. So like there was gonna be resistance at the rim. Like it wasn't just again like a red carpet to the rim.
No,
for Jimmy
and
to
I'm
get
not
that
saying
bucket
it would have been an easy shot, but it was a easier shot. Than him
Plus,
pulling
like,
up for that three.
at some point, you just got to trust your stars. Like if he felt in the moment like he was gonna make that shot, like I would rather go down with him taking that shot than him playing scared and playing for the tire.
See, it was a fabricated video. That's what I was.
The clip
that
was a
wasn't what I
fabricated
seen.
video. What you talking,
That wasn't what I seen, bro.
bro? Oh my god! Wait, so Horford? I get it. But damn.
That's okay.
No. I don't get it because
They both look. He back.
Wait, he's-
if
when-
he wouldn't have pulled,
you thinking that he would have been able to blow right past Al Horford,
but he would have been easier too, bro, than pulling up. You know,
and if he drove that way, you got Tatum right there.
Yeah, Tatum and Brown were both
Back
positioned
already.
to help. Like maybe he kicks it out to Oladipo or Strus for a three, but is that a much better? Like Strus maybe, but kicking it out to Oladipo for three, like
Whew.
I don't think that's a much better shot than it's
He
probably a
had to
worse
pull
shot
that
than Jimmy.
He didn't have to pull that shot.
And Camille said because even when he did miss at the rim that game, refs gave him free throws.
But y'all would understand if he
time scoring possession. I don't know if he's getting again like short of basically a flagrant foul. I don't know if he's getting a foul call,
Mhm.
a bailout foul call at that point. In the
shit,
game.
they getting one on the Bucks. Motherfucker, I ain't forget that shit. That damn bubble, bro. Ugh. Well, y'all got
It was good to me, bro. It was good to me. Bubble me, please. Bubble me,
I think I was
please.
listening to y'all pod when somebody said that TJ, you know, the bubble was weird when TJ Warren was out here looking like
Hey, my nigga got 60 damn near
47, 53. My God damn,
Hey,
TJ
on
Warren.
Sports Center, niggas like, who?
Like 35. Like he was averaging like 42. I'm like, what the fuck is
Hey,
this?
it was real to me, damn it. We got our- it was good to me.
Yeah, about to go do a super spreader just to get back in the bubble.
We got Kobe, hit me up. Hey, we better set this shit right again. Yeah, damn it.
No, it was a fun series though, and I felt like Boston. It was Boston to lose.
and they damn near did. Like they
Yeah.
like a running joke between me and my brother. Well, not even a joke, but like a thing that we do is like when it becomes clear what the outcome is, I'll be like, "We're done here." So like he'll be like, "Come on, say it." I'm like, in Game 7 again, like they were up 14. I'm like, Marcus Smart shooting too much. I'm not ready to call it yet. And then they came back and like, see, that's what I'm talking about. Marcus Smart missed like 8 straight shots in the fourth
He
quarter.
wanted to be the nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
I got this.
I'm like, they're not going to Tatum, they're not going to Brown. Like it's
smart show.
Jalen Brown. I don't know what the fuck you got to do, but you need to learn how to dribble, fam.
I thought before this playoffs, I thought he had handles. I thought Jalen Brown had some handles, but watching the play, I was like, damn, Shannon Sharp always talking about it.
Mhm.
And I'm like, no, he got something.
Yo, bro, I can't dribble, and I might have a better handle in
no.
traffic
God damn.
than
Oh, no.
Jalen Brown. Like
Yeah.
they, as soon as he put the ball down on the floor, it's a million hands there.
He don't want it, bro. He don't want it.
They usually get it. Like
That's what.
That's
Jalen Brown is talented as hell. He can shoot. He can drive to the lane. Again, like if you don't have to put the ball down, like as a
He'll
slasher,
cook the fuck out of you, bro.
right? Like
If he didn't have to put the ball down.
Let's catch it on the run.
exactly.
Get to your spot. We'll shoot. We'll pass it to you.
Good defender, all that jazz. That brother cannot dribble shit. And like, I don't know if Warriors have the ball pressure to do that, but like, he got to get that shit short up because
And turnovers is wild.
like Victor Oladipo was just stripping him left and right.
Oladipo was hooping this series too, and just at different points.
There were a couple times where he forgot like he can't jump as high as he used to. Like he would take off and it'd be like, oh, it ain't quite get to the top floor. And it was
Then the threes that he was missing. Ooh, I think that was the end of.
Yeah.
They was like, he was like, "Folks, like, all right, I got enough out of you."
I don't know.
For Bucks Twitter reasons, I just want to point out PJ Tucker did not play at all in the fourth quarter of Game 7. So all that talk about like, oh, they're just a PJ Tucker away from it. Like,
Damn, he didn't play at all.
not in the fourth quarter.
Why
Not
not?
a second. They went with Oladipo and Gabe Vincent.
I mean,
They
Debo still
came
plays
back
some
too.
defense.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like,
That's
the
interesting.
argument coming out of the Eastern Conference semifinals was, well, this is why they should have kept PJ Tucker. Like, their defense wasn't a problem. Let's put it that way. Like, and that's the reason why he wasn't on the court, because they needed to come back. They needed more offense. So I think they scored like 6 points in the first half of the fourth quarter. Like they weren't scoring. Like that was Miami's issue the entire year. It's like half court offense was a problem.
Mhm.
And for all his greatness, PJ Tucker don't help that. So
He had a couple 15-point games. You know what I'm saying? Didn't he have a 20-point game for one game?
he could have that. That don't make him an offensive weapon.
No,
That
you're
just means he
right,
hit
you're
his
right.
threes that day, which
That's
again,
all
like
shit. Corner three.
Bucks needed in the second round. So I'm not going to dispute you on that. But like, there's some litigation going on. Let's put it that way. But shout out to Jason Tatum. He was named the first recipient of the Eastern Conference Finals Larry Bird MVP trophy.
Congratulations.
So shout out to him.
For sure. That's kind of
We
fitting.
went
though.
over your predictions for this series. I had Celtics in 7.
I think
Same.
I think I had my hat. Who the hell? Yeah, I had Boston too. I think Boston was 6 or 7. One of them.
Did you? You had.
No, I know I didn't pick Miami though.
Yeah, I feel like nobody picked Miami.
Yeah, I
'Cause
know
I
I
had to
picked
like be
Miami.
like, hey, I don't think it's gonna be as easy as people think it's gonna be. Like people were just like completely writing off Miami. And I'm like, they gonna fight, which they did. But they were outmatched, and by the end, they were just like a walking wounded unit. Like Tyler Hero tried playing in Game 7, and it was very clear, very quickly, like he ain't have anything.
And he had his hamstring issue, right? Or groin issue.
It was something split, yeah.
And he was their 6th man of the year though.
I mean,
Well, the league 6th man of the year, but for them, they could have definitely used his shooting. For
Yeah.
sure.
I mean, like they were down again. Lowry was kind of a shell of himself. Like it's sad, like seeing him and Chris Paul age, because like as they get older, like they just get more desperate with like all the dirty and grifting and flopping and all that shit. Like it's just like, bro, just hoop, man.
Did you see that one? Jalen Brown, I think he went through with the elbow. He didn't connect, but Larry was in the back, knocked his head, almost gave himself whiplash and stuff, and then came back and started defending again. I'm like, bro, come on now.
Which
Come
also-
on now.
Which also, it was funny. Like I think it was Bill Simmons. Like some prominent Boston fan who's just like, oh my God, Kyle Lowry's flopping. It's like, bro, your team got Marcus Smart. Like, you have no
Good
legs
Lord.
to stand up on at all.
That's
Relax. But yeah.
flop king.
So like I mentioned, we will preview the NBA Finals on this week's episode of Overtime. So check that out on the Good News Radio app or our YouTube page.
For sure.
Do it.
In other NBA news, New Orleans guard and National Basketball Players Association president CJ McCollum has joined ESPN as an NBA analyst. He will make his ESPN debut on Thursday during the NBA Finals Celebrating 75 show, which will be ESPN2's alternate presentation of Game 1 between the Warriors and the Celtics. McCollum will work with ESPN to develop a new podcast. He will also be an analyst for games during the coverage of the NBA Summer League, as well as some appearances on studio shows throughout the year.
Oh, he's trying to become a broadcaster or journalist. I think he said he had a journalist background.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure his major in college was journalism. So he's been preparing for this for a while. He's pretty good on TV when I've seen him so far. What do you guys think of ESPN more specifically, but both of them, because Draymond's doing TNT, like them incorporating more players, more active players into their broadcast? Do you think it helps? Do you not want to see it? Like, how do you?
It depends on the personalities. Like, they didn't go wrong with Patrick Beverly. They didn't go wrong. I mean, granted, Patrick was wrong, but they didn't go wrong with grabbing him. They didn't.
Good TV.
Right.
Yeah.
Same with Draymond. Draymond got the pod though, and his podcast is actually pretty good. So that wouldn't go wrong with him. You got the Players Association president, who also has a background in journalism and is an active player, one of the better players in the league. So again, it's not like they just picking any old body. They know Patrick Beverly's Milwaukee talkie. They know that Draymond ain't gonna hold back for shit and gonna say whatever he really feels. And having a guy like McCollum, again, the president of the Players Association, kind of gives a little prestige to his position there, as well as his insight, because he's one of the better players.
So far in these playoffs, we've had, obviously, Draymond said something that pissed off Miami, created a whole conversation for a day and a half. You had Patrick Beverly basically selling scores on a litany of ESPN properties over the course of a week or two,
Yelling around town.
like basically just creating controversy. So, like, I mean, again, from a TV content perspective, like, I think that it's obviously good for business.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it adds anything to your enjoyment of the NBA? Do you seeing like, oh, they got CJ McCollum playing, they got CJ McCollum on TV, they got Pat Bev, they got does that like make you like, oh yeah, like I'm more apt to tune in, or is it just like, just give me the inside NBA guy?
That's fair.
No, I enjoy having the active players. I feel like it puts like a different feel and a different type of spin on it. Like, even though like you got Shaq, you got Barkley and all of them, like those are cats that we saw be great, but then to be able to see the players that's actually playing, that's actually good, or they have played with the good players right now, it gives a different perspective. I enjoy it. I enjoy Draymond. I'm not gonna lie.
Real quick.
Yes, sir.
All right, Millie, we're gonna miss you. Love you. Get better. We'll holla.
All right, Dan.
For the people who listen on the podcast, she just signed off. She wanted to say. So. What else we got here? Oh, dude, you got a microphone over there. All right, the Los Angeles Lakers have hired a new coach. It is Milwaukee Bucks assistant, former Milwaukee Bucks assistant Darvin Ham.
Of course, they had to take from the mill,
Coach Ham. Coach going ham.
I mean, they got some of their pants from the mill, like I'm saying. What's up with y'all?
Don't do that.
Darvin Ham, he has been on staff with the Bucks as an assistant to Mike Budenholzer since 2018. Before that, he was with him in Atlanta. He won his first NBA championship as a coach last season. Obviously, shout out, world champion Milwaukee Bucks.
Hey,
for the next 2 weeks. He actually started his assistant coaching career with the Lakers in 2011 under Mike Brown. And like I said, he was with the Hawks from 2013 and 2018 with the Cleveland.
And then followed them here.
Yep. Where he he's also a good role player with the Bucks for a couple of years around the turn of the century.
Definitely was.
With his hiring, Darvin Ham, with the hiring of Darvin Ham as the new coach of the Lakers, now half of all NBA teams have a black head coach.
I thought with that.
So we got two Lakers on the mic. Me and Tim will step back.
I'll be quiet.
How y'all feel about your new coach? You want to go there?
No.
Do you wanna go there right now?
Just let me have this moment.
I was gonna say I just cleared the floor for y'all to have a celebratory conversation.
Hey, shit to celebrate all season.
But you want to go there? Like if you want to go there, we can go there.
Let me just get this one off real quick.
All right, go ahead.
But first off, congratulations and always bet on black. So that's the main reason why we need him to be successful. But no, he deserves it, bro. Like the only thing that I hate is that we are hella chaotic.
Exactly.
And I just hope that he not being put in a position to fail. Because I just don't want to see that. It would suck for this to be his first, because it's a huge opportunity. But like spotlight is big as hell. Like everything that you do will get scrutinized.
That's a fact.
Like the media, you lose one game, the media go be at your head.
I don't want them. I just don't want them to set him up for failure.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Like with
him being black.
Yes,
like a multiverse of madness around there.
Like for real, bro. It's super chaotic, and that's the only thing that really, like I said, he definitely deserves it. And I can't come in and be like he's going to be like the savior or whatever. But they need to do a good job of making sure that they give him the pieces that he can do his job well and prove that he can actually coach. Because you can't expect this man to come in and coach. What do he go coach? Like he only can do with what we provide him with.
And LeBron the coach.
LeBron, know that.
LeBron is assistant coach.
Yeah, he is assistant coach.
You know,
but I'm happy. I'm super happy, man. It's good to see a black coach. Someone he's qualified. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
So.
I'm happy. Do y'all feel like with the roster that you guys currently have, granted you got a whole offseason to figure out the rest
we're
of
gonna have to figure out some shit.
But word on the street is y'all not trying to give away assets to get rid of Russ either. So y'all he's there.
I've been came to grips with that at the end of, towards the end of the season. Last year I was just like, we're gonna have to run it back with him because what possibly can we do?
We gotta figure it out.
Yeah, we'll have no draft pick. Like we gave so much. Come on, dog. Like just reliving that whole shit, bro. It's just
we gotta figure it out.
Yeah. And again, like now we gotta just dig ourselves out the hole. And again, like I just don't want Darvin Ham to be set up for failure. Though.
Exactly.
Because right now, as looking at everything, is just like, boss, I don't know what to tell you. Like we just gonna figure it. We're gonna thug it out, bro.
Figure it out.
We're gonna thug it out and see what we can do.
We can really do and shit.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like I said, hopefully that Pelinka does his job and the front office do what they do. So we can actually put some pieces around and be competitive this year.
Yeah.
I'm not even for to jump out the window like,
we're going to the playoffs.
Yeah, we just have to be competitive this year.
There are two things. Because again, like Bucks legend, Darvin Ham, assistant coach, like he's coming from here. Like black dude. Like I just want to see him win. Like there are two things that make me feel better about this situation going in that I had concerns about when it was reported that he was the front runner.
Okay.
One, LeBron's reaction when he got hired. LeBron tweeted out, "Let's go, welcome to the Lakers." Like,
happy,
plenty emojis, like typical LeBron.
But
like, it at least indicates that he's on board. He's on board. Like, he's not gonna undermine him from the jump. Like, he actually has respect for this coach, which is huge.
Yeah,
for LeBron James,
definitely need that.
Like, you need the buy-in from LeBron first and foremost before anything else. Like when you take that job.
That's a fact.
So like that makes me feel better. Also, he's being allowed, it might seem minor, but he's being allowed to pick his own coaching staff.
No, that's a
has
big
not
thing.
been the case with
That's
Lakers
what I'm
hires.
saying. That's a big thing for sure.
Like there were even reports when it was leading up. It's like, okay, they interviewed Ham, they like Ham. They also interviewed Terry Stotts, and they were like, there was a report that came out like Stotts was like, I'm not taking an assistant job. Like if you give the job to somebody else, which indicates like they were at least considering it. Because like.
And we'll be both y'all on.
Don't have Kurt that was the third thing. Kurt Rambis is like not gonna be in coaching meetings. So it's like he's actually coming in and has an opportunity to put his imprint on this team. He has the buy-in of the best player, and he won't have interference from the front office. Like those are the two primary things that kind of sunk Frank Vogel. Like I don't know what his relationship was with LeBron, but it never seemed like there was never like cheerleading from LeBron.
Exactly.
Like the way that he was with Lou.
I think him being black kind of has something to do with that too. Like LeBron wants to see him win too.
So I think that it will be a good situation for him to walk into. What happens if they start, 6-12 or whatever? I don't know, but at least like he has the chance to implement what he wants to do.
Mhm.
Again, to y'all point, like hopefully the roster makes a little bit more sense. Even if you can't get rid of Westbrook, which probably
figure
won't
it out.
happen.
Figure
Let's
out
figure
a
a
way to
system
work
out
them.
there.
Yeah,
work
like
them
at
in
least like have time to kind of implement what you're trying to do,
Mhm.
and then figure it out from there.
And it's on Russ too. He got to buy in too.
Yeah.
He can't like you got to evolve, bro.
Last year.
Yeah, it's like he came in, he was just stubborn. Like, bro, you have to
No,
evolve,
you
bro.
gotta buy in. man.
Exactly. So
Do
if
what I'ma
everybody, if he come in, buy in, be like, yo, this is all we got, bro. Like, what?
Exactly.
You can't go nowhere, B. Like
man,
what? Like, don't do me
You
like
gotta
that,
buy
bro.
in, bro. This all we shit. We can't do nothing else. What the
Exactly.
fuck else you gonna do?
Don't be out here taking them Jimmy Butler shots.
Butler joints.
Taking the shit out of them, bro. Oh my lord, I hate it.
One of y'all biggest weaknesses last year, I believe, was y'all defense, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
From what I've seen across the board from the Bud coaching tree, which is interesting because he has his tentacles around the league now too.
Mhm.
They all stress defense.
Mhm. That's what we need to get back to. That's what won us our championship.
I don't know what his
the bubble.
philosophy is or anything like that, but the common thread from the coaches that I've seen, from the Kenny Atkinsons to the Jorgensen,
Yeah.
Jenkins, like all of them,
Stress
defense
Yeah.
first,
Mhm.
and then we'll let our star, and then they kind of lean into their star.
We need that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
You have three.
The offense gonna be there.
You have three stars.
Hey man.
So it's like, do you lean into? I mean, you want to say you gotta lean into LeBron,
It's LeBron.
but what if he? Oh, I guess AD
No,
ain't
bro.
never
It's
available.
still LeBron,
'Cause
bro.
what if you lean into
Sorry,
AD?
chill out.
It's LeBron always.
AD ain't never
If
available.
LeBron is capable of playing, he's always the first option,
Yeah,
regardless of
exactly.
anything. Like that's always LeBron, motherfucker number one.
Yeah.
We'll figure all the rest out.
Yeah,
We'll figure the rest out, nigga.
Yeah,
LeBron number
right.
one, give him the ball. All right.
Right.
Until this man in the wheelchair, give him the ball.
Mhm.
I want to backtrack on one of the points I just made too. Like I didn't before LeBron tweeted that out. Like I didn't know what his response was gonna be, but I was like, Darvin Ham has the personality from what I've observed. Like he ain't gonna take no shit. Like he was a tough NBA player,
Mhm.
so he has the respect there. He also played on a bunch of teams with a bunch of stars that were kind of
Exactly.
moody. Like and again, like they all have nothing but great
Mhm.
things to say about him. So like I was, like I'm like at least I know like LeBron ain't finna punk Darvin Ham.
Yeah, not at all.
Which he has a tendency, like I'm not calling him like a bully or anything. It's just like he has a strong
Oh, he has a strong
personality.
personality.
And
Yeah,
he's gonna
like you
roll
said.
over anybody that doesn't have a backbone. And like
Exactly.
you know, Darvin Ham has a backbone. So like again, like I think he can
Sit
handle
your ass
LeBron
down.
whether he
No, he
came in
Damn
with the
near-
respect or not.
yeah.
Like, and he has a reputation around the league. Like everybody loves Darvin Ham.
Mhm.
So,
no,
like-
super respected.
And he's
man.
not little either. He's 6'7".
Yeah, I was just about to say. And
He's still big as a motherfucker.
He's not a little nigga either.
Like he will bounce from the club.
No, that's a fact.
Your ass on.
Oh man, I'm super happy, man.
Yeah, I'm excited. It brings me more, like, now I look forward to the season a little more because now I was like, all right, what we gonna do? And then,
That's
like,
a
they was
fact,
throwing
bro.
so many names out here, bro. Phil Jackson, threw him, bro. They threw Phil. Oh, he's
They
going
said
to.
he was
He's
consulting
going
too.
to consult what, my nigga?
To get rid of
Man,
LeBron.
go
Man, get
sit
out of here.
down,
I told
bro.
y'all.
What do you do? What do you do in
Go
New York?
They talking about moving.
What do you do with the
back home,
Knickerbockers,
fam.
bro?
Hey, he
Is
made
him and
LA.
Jimmy Bus still an item?
That's what I was saying. Like I think that was just an excuse for him to slide back in the DM. Like,
Oh,
he
so
wasn't there-
okay, I
he
see
wasn't
what
there
you did. I
trying
see
to
what
like
you
All right,
actually.
bro. When
do
you put it that
basketball
way, I ain't
decisions.
mad at
Like,
you.
did. He tried
He's
to
like,
get
hey,
gracious.
I see you need a coach. Let me help you out. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Like we can do this over dinner.
Let's go out
I
there,
got
you know?
He came through with the hoochie daddy shorts.
You know what they
you know?
call me? They call me the Zen Master.
Hey, thighs and lies, bro. Thighs and lies all summer. He tried. He tried. For
Trying to
sure.
put this Zen on you, girl.
On the real, dog. But nah, dog. I'm super happy.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Super happy, super excited.
I don't want to give my hopes up either. Yeah, I'm ready to, but because I don't know, like I jumped out the window this season.
No,
It is.
we said we was going to the championship.
Yeah,
We
bro,
did.
I jumped like completely out the window, and look where it got.
Yeah.
I don't want to feel like this anymore at the end of the season.
Yeah, let's do
bro.
like we did. What was that? 2020.
this same shit.
The
We was
bubble
just like,
year. I
yo,
like.
to see what happens. That's how I am this
On
year.
the real, see what happens.
Every
dog.
win gonna be something new to me, bro.
Yeah, on the real.
You know what got people confused? That damn bubble when Anthony Davis hitting all them damn threes, looking at
Nah,
that
he was
portal
going
jump.
crazy. He
No,
was going
hit-
in the bubble.
I was
too.
looking at the portal episode today.
He was stroking them up.
That shit had me
He
rolling.
was pulling
So he's
on
like,
He
what
was
he
going
said? I got
crazy,
Penny. He's like, get your lanky ass down. That's what everybody be saying. Get your big ass down there, guard. Shit. Fuck you mean you finna take a guard?
Let's see what happened when he started pulling threes.
Wait, the threes though. I'm like, my man's can't shoot them.
The bubble, he
The
was
bubble
stroking.
had everybody confused.
Man,
Bubble was
niggas was
hitting
going
him, bro.
crazy in the bubble. I don't know what was going on.
He was
in
hitting
there.
from everywhere too, and just like corners,
Yeah.
elbow.
game winner.
The motherfucking Portland game or Denver game, whatever one it was, motherfucker left them wide open, run up opposite way to court.
Hey, D out here catfishing niggas, bro.
Yeah, him and what were we just
TJ Warren.
TJ Warren, dog.
Cooking.
Dog, I don't know what was going on.
I wouldn't have been surprised if the
It said
Pacers
wasn't
made it.
nothing going on. You couldn't do
Niggas
nothing
had
at
to
all.
travel and shit.
You can do nothing. Oh,
And then they
rejuvenated.
didn't they lift the ban on weed and shit in there?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's probably what it
Come on,
was.
dog.
Go to your hotel room, smoke.
Tell 'em
Yeah, that's what it was.
Hoop and go home,
You
bro.
tell me I'm living a life.
I ain't gotta go nowhere.
And the kids, hey, the kids wasn't there yet
On the
either.
real,
You was at
dog.
Disney
Come
by
on,
yourself?
dog.
They was kicking it, bro.
They had the escorts there.
Yeah.
Hey,
Come on, man.
Disney was free.
hey.
Free for them.
Y'all would have been Daniel House in that motherfucker.
Niggas lost their marriages during the bubble.
Daniel lost his wife. Damn near lost his job.
Like, baby, what you mean? It's the bubble, baby.
Ain't nobody even in
The bubble turned.
Ain't nobody in here. Ain't nobody in the background. What is that? The church. It was the choir clapping. Yeah, that bubble was different.
Nah, they was going crazy.
So it'll be. I'm kind of excited to see y'all season 2 because I'm wondering if y'all could get a winning record.
Yeah, I hope so, man.
Yeah, man. Oh, like
That's
I
why he
said,
set the
man.
bar.
Yeah,
He set the bar to win
that's
the record.
that's all. Hey,
Hey, man, we
get
gotta
50,
start-
get
we
500.
gotta start somewhere, bro. We gotta start somewhere, man.
Hey, man, we been through some things, man.
Yeah.
And that, man, winning the championship in 2020, man, it just felt good. But seeing like how far we fell, like right after that,
Within a year and a
we
half.
got humbled quick, bro. We got humbled pretty
On the
quick.
real,
And I don't like that, bro. I ain't trying to eat no more humble
lost
pie,
in the
bro.
first round.
I don't want
and
no more.
and then didn't even make it.
Dog.
That is a hell of a fall within
man.
a damn.
John Horst, let that be a lesson.
Right, bro. Find some shit. Figure it out.
I mean,
Also,
we
don't
did
trade.
it the last time when we won the back-to-back. We came
Yeah.
back and lost to Dallas. And
Yeah.
got swept.
But y'all won
first
back to
round.
back.
We got swept in the
Yeah,
first
but
round.
yeah, first round, though, bro.
Like,
Like,
after,
After winning back to back,
we got swept. in
But
the
you
first
got 2
round,
in a
bro.
row. Like I'll take 2 in a row and then lose in first round. Like, that was enough.
And we ain't just lose.
I was gonna say,
We got
just
swept in the first round.
not only did they get swept, then the next year they're like, oh, we gotta turn some shit around. So then they go get Dwight Howard and Steve Nash. Like,
thought we
it
saw-
wasn't just 1 year. Like
On the
it was a steady stream of L's after that. Like that was a turning point.
Yeah,
Well, like 6 years straight after that.
I was gonna say, like they ain't make it back to the playoffs again.
Then my
for a
nigga
Yeah.
Kobe got injured because it was doing too
Exactly.
much, man. Like,
when the white got there,
it went
dog,
downhill from
I had
there.
never been so mad at a motherfucking dog.
Those are Ronnie Turioff
White,
years,
bro.
wasn't
If I would have seen him in real life, bro, I swear I would have. I would have swing off on him, bro.
On the real.
I'm sorry,
The first.
I was psyched with that nigga,
Has he
bro.
redeemed himself yet?
Yeah.
No,
No, to me, he has. He helped him with it.
he? Why? Because he got y'all shit?
Yeah, he
He,
helped him
well,
with
now he
Oh,
didn't
he
get
showed
y'all
it,
shit.
yeah.
He was there.
He was there.
He was on the team.
Rondo.
He was in the
actually.
bubble. He probably-
Rondo was one of the
Playoff Rondo was
That's what
that was the bubble.
You know, I'm telling you, it was the weed, man. I'm telling y'all.
Everybody coming in floating like
On the real.
shit. Fuck you, me, dog. Just
Oh,
let the
here.
shit go.
That's why he just shooting. He was like, shit. Hopefully, shit fall.
Yeah,
He was shooting threes.
AD,
he was shooting everything.
get back to smoking weed.
Yeah,
If that's what it takes, sir.
maybe it helped with his bones or something
Yeah.
like that. So.
Get you a strand or something, bro. We need you right this year. Drink some milk, nigga.
He needs some milk.
Yeah, he needs something. That man is
Jesus
always
Christ.
injury prone.
Pedialyte, something. Get this nigga
But when he's
something.
healthy, he
No,
is,
he did.
nice.
That's- We just need him to be healthy.
But he's a 4-3. He's a 3. He's a 4 that can play the 3. He ain't no 5, bro.
Nah,
He ain't no
You
five.
ain't gotta realize, bro. You 7, you got to play 5 a little
They gonna
bit.
put Grant Williams on him.
He
Hit
still
the
got
weight
that little
room,
bit.
bro.
No, they would put
Couple
Grant Williams on
minutes.
him and have him moving him.
Hey, bro, you got
Okay.
Got to play a couple minutes, man. Five.
sorry. You got to take these fucks. LeBron, we can't put Bron at the 5, bro. You tripping.
That's a better option, honestly.
It is, but see, we don't want LeBron taking them from me.
What?
LeBron, though, that's the most important part.
Yeah.
LeBron, like,
He don't
That's probably
want-
why he got hurt this year too. He's
I
like,
was
bro,
just
I've been
about to
playing
say
the
that.
5.
He gonna be like, man, all right, I'm gonna take a little break.
Sabbatical.
I'm gonna take a
He
little
just
break. I'm
gonna
injured.
disappear. Like,
Sub me
oh,
out for a center, bro. That's wild. But I didn't anticipate y'all season. It should be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited, man.
any other thoughts before we move on to Kaepernick?
Oh, man.
Oh my lord.
I know. But yeah, congrats to Coach Ham though. We're
Yeah,
excited, man. Welcome to the squad. Gang, gang.
man.
Congratulations on your promotion, coach.
Yeah, man.
Gang, gang, man. We out here always bet on black.
Yeah.
The mill will love you forever.
What you say?
I said the mill will love you forever.
Oh,
I ain't know what he said.
Bill will love you.
No, the mill.
I ain't know what he said. I was like, bro. It's free.
No, bro, I ain't on that.
It's freaking
It ain't late enough
He
yet.
said it's free.
It ain't late enough yet, bro. It ain't dark enough yet.
Kiki Kinsey came on real quick like damn.
It ain't like that.
Funny, dog.
It ain't that kind of party yet.
Oh, shit.
All right, free agent quarterback Colin Kaepernick worked out for the Las Vegas Raiders last week, Wednesday. In April, Raiders owner Mark Davis told NBC Sports Bay Area that he believed Kaepernick, quote, believed in Kaepernick, quote, if our coaches and general manager want to bring him in or want him to be the quarterback of this team, I will welcome him with open arms. If Kaepernick were to sign with the Raiders, he would likely compete for backup minutes. He'd compete for a backup role with Nick Mullins, Jarrett Stidham, and Chase Garbers. Las Vegas gave current starter Derek Carr a 3-year extension worth $121 million in So it did come out like his workout went well. They were impressed by him, but there are no immediate plans to bring him in as of yet.
They say he's still in great shape. Arms still look lively. He still look like he's in the best shape of his life. He probably could still run.
But when was the last time he played?
2016.
It's
6 years ago.
Yeah, it's 2022. It's a different game, bro. Everything,
They faster.
bro.
They bigger. They faster.
Like no disrespect, nothing like that. But like, I don't know. It gotta come to a point, bro, where you just gotta like bow out and just understand, like, it just ain't hit. Like, I don't want to continue to go through this. Oh, he getting worked out. Oh, he doing this. Oh, he doing that. They blow it up, get all this publicity or whatever. And again, like, he gonna be at home watching the games like us.
But I think this is his first official
Yeah, this is the
tryout
first time
with
he
the team.
actually had a workout.
Like the last one was him and his PR team was just setting shit up and then moving and they saying no.
So this is progress at least. Like,
Yeah.
to your point, like, I do think that there comes a point of no return where,
Like stop the charade.
Not even necessarily that. It's just like he's gonna age out. Like,
Like, ain't no like, we respect everything that he stands for and he's done, but like 6 years, that's a long time.
I don't think it's a charade for him. I'm saying the NFL is doing this charade. Like, oh yeah, you know it's possible you can come. Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, like
Oakland?
they've kind of run out the clock at this point where they do have that as a legitimate excuse. It's like, well, he's 33 or however old he is now.
Mhm.
We really wanted to go in the younger direction with our backup quarterback role or whatever. Like,
He should be able to beat out
it's
Jarrett
plausible. It's plausible deniability at this point where they can be like, oh yeah, well,
But then again, the Raiders probably think like we can be that team. Bring more people to come to the games. Have more people talking about the Raiders. We can be that team that, hey, we gave Kaepernick his second shot.
Do you think he could be at least Marcus Mariota?
And that I wouldn't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I would hope he would be able to. Like, everything looks good. Like, but game speed is totally
I was
different.
gonna say he hasn't played live football
Yeah.
this year.
In 6 years, that's a long time, bro. Like 6 years is a long time. Like, I understand you can be in shape, all of that. Like, you can still throw, you can make all the throws, you can run,
Like,
everything. Mental, it's a mental game. Like, it's gonna take him almost an entire season mentally to even get back to being able to be, to be able to play quarterback.
Well, that's why the backup role probably be great because then he'll be the one facilitating the practice squad joints.
Yeah,
and
but
shit
he's still
like
not
that.
playing.
Possibly.
So let's look at it this way. If he does get signed by a team, like makes it out of training camp, is on an NFL roster come September, will that not necessarily change anything? But like, what would your reaction be to learning that news?
I'd be happy for him, honestly. I'd be like, okay, and then I would never wish any ill will on anything that happens with Carr, but let's say that they wanted to put him into some type of wildcat package to see if maybe they still see him running in practice and shit like that. Like, I don't think he would be completely invaluable to have. Plus, again, I feel like he can still beat out a Jarrett Stidham or whoever the third string quarterback is because at the bare minimum, he's better. I think that he would still be better than a lot of the backup. Like, every team has at least 2 or 3 backups. He can beat out somebody's second or third string back.
But the only thing, they have been around and playing.
Barely.
He's been away from the game.
Did he beat out Jordan Love?
Bro, he's been around. He's been out of the game for 6. Like, come on, dog, 6 years still. He's been out of the game for 6 years, bro.
Would it change how you? I mean, like, y'all don't have as strong an opinion as I do, but like, would it change how you feel about the NFL, about Mark Davis, any of that? Like, if Cap got back in the league, like would it make amends for any of the shit that we've been through?
Hell no, I
last
wouldn't
season?
make amends, but at the same time, they said if anybody was to do it, Mark Davis is one of the owners.
And that's
that
what I'll
would.
say. It would make sense for him to do.
Just because like how his daddy was. Like, Al
Mhm.
Davis, like, hey, I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
Al
be the
Davis would have
fastest.
signed him like
Yeah.
4 years ago.
Hell yeah! Oh, you still can
Yeah.
run? Goddamn, come on!
Exactly. That's why it makes sense. Like it makes sense, like on paper and everything. But again, like I'm not like hating on him or nothing like that. Like I would be shocked if it
Yeah.
did happen, and I'll be like, okay, cool. Like we here, like let's see what happens. And it makes sense for you to be like, hey, bring him in, Wildcats, so we can get some action and stuff like that
Mhm.
and everything. So I don't know.
Hmm.
Like, don't want nobody giving their hopes up or nothing like that. And I feel like I don't feel like him coming back is gonna change anything.
No.
Like people that's been watching football is go watch football. People who haven't been watching football are not gonna watch.
He might bring some of the people who left because of how he was treated back.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly. Not 100%, but possibly.
But this situation would seem like it will be like a fitting situation for him if he did end up coming back.
Especially because the rest of the quarterbacks are trash.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they really like
They don't have no good back.
bare minimum out there. So.
That's why I feel like he can make it.
Mhm.
But we'll see.
Yep. Somebody's actually following in his lead somewhat. So as the details of the elementary school shooting in Uvalde, Texas, continue to unfold, San Francisco Giants manager Gabe Kapler on Friday wrote that he is, quote, not okay with the state of this country, and that he, quote, felt like a coward for not protesting the lack of delivery on the promise of what our national anthem represents. Kapler told reporters before Friday's series opener at Cincinnati that moving forward, he doesn't plan on taking the field for the national anthem, quote, until I feel better about the direction of the country. And that he needs more time to consider specific actions he might suggest be taken to prevent more tragedies of this type, such as stronger gun control laws. Kapler said, when I was the same age as the children in Uvalde, my father taught me to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance when I believed my country was representing its people well, or to protest and stay seated when it wasn't. I don't believe it is representing us well right now. Every time I place my hand over my heart and remove my hat, I'm participating in a self-congratulatory glorification of the only country where the mass shootings take place. On Wednesday, I walked onto the field. I listened to the announcement as we honored the victims of Uvalde. I bowed my head. I stood for the national anthem. Metallica riffed on City Connect guitars. I don't know where he's going with this. Kapler said he wanted to make some sort of gesture, but said he was conscious that it could be misunderstood as an act meant to be offensive to the military, to veterans, or to themselves.
He bitched up.
My brain said, drop to a knee. My body wouldn't listen. I wanted to walk back inside. Instead, I froze. I felt like a coward. I didn't want to call attention to myself. I didn't want to take away from the victims or their families. But I am not okay with the state of this country. I wish I hadn't let my discomfort compromise my integrity. I wish that I could have demonstrated what I learned from my dad. And when you're dissatisfied with your country, you let it be known through protest. The home of the brave should encourage this.
That's hilarious, actually, because all that yapping, all that talking,
He didn't do shit.
all that I'm not doing this. I can't do this, and I'm not gonna walk out there. I'm gonna take a knee. I can't do this.
He was the
State
first
of
one with his
country.
head off.
Wait. Before we go down this road, like, I get jokes. To be clear, he said this after, like, Wednesday is when they did all the,
Right.
and he felt like he was a coward. Friday is when he announced, actually, I'm not going to come out for the national anthem. So, like, he bitched out on Wednesday and then came out on Friday and, like, actually announced to the world, like, this is what I'm going to do. And it's because I felt this way on Wednesday.
And I think he didn't on Monday either. I think they had a game because he said he didn't want to. He said he would want to honor Memorial Day.
Yep.
So again, you picking and choosing. You're not necessarily following through with what you was yapping, and you thought it just looked so easy for everybody else to do. Is what it sounds like to me. Like, granted, you may have all the well intentions in the world, and I believe that you did. If you said that, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt that you did. But it's not as easy as they made it seem. They thought that it was just gonna be, oh yeah, I can just come out here and do that. No, because you knew you wasn't ready for that backlash. You didn't want them L's. You didn't want that heat. You didn't want to be in that kitchen while it was burning to the ground. Instead, You ducked. And I know you admitted that you said you felt like a coward and stuff like that, but that doesn't change the act. It doesn't change the fact that you really did try to follow up on something that was already started. Speaking of Kaepernick, all that heat he took. Any player to this day that still take these knees and take the heat and everything like that, you decided, nah, I don't want to take away from anybody else, which that's fine, but you weren't. You were in essence were honoring them because they weren't doing what they're supposed to do as a country to help the kids out in the first place. So I don't think it would have been taken away from the families and the kids. But if that's how you felt about it and that was your reason why you didn't want to do it, so be it. But I feel like if you truly felt that you were going to honor these families or did not like the way this country was going and wanted to truly take a knee, you would have just did it. That's just my take on it. Anybody else could feel a little bit differently. Like, oh, it was a crowd, it was national media, but you sat on TV and said all of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, it ain't too much I can give you for I meant well. Because politicians mean well-ish. You didn't like what they was doing. You don't like how they responded to it. You felt that you needed to respond to them by doing that. Instead, you decided not to, and you called yourself the coward because it wasn't as easy as you.
But again, like he said, he was a coward first, and then he was like, "Yo, this is what I'm gonna do." Like before he announced anything, like he was like, on Wednesday. So like, if you were in this thing right now, and you're like, you had a notion, like, "Oh, I should do this," but instead you just let it pass, and then tomorrow you're like, "You know what? That was some bitch shit that I just did." Let me tell these people, like, I'm not gonna do this, and then he didn't do it. I don't know what he did Monday, so like, if he went out there on Monday, then so be it. But I just want to make sure we're clear on the timeline. Like, it's not like he said all this shit, and then like when it came down, so he's like, "Oh, never mind, I bitched out." Like, but anyway, we can move on. Cincinnati Reds outfielder Tommy Pham received a 3-game suspension after slapping San Francisco Giants outfielder Jack Peterson before Friday's game. It was a lot going on before Friday's game between the Reds and the Giants. The incident occurred during batting practice before Cincinnati's 5-1 victory at the Great American Ballpark. The beef, Peterson said, stems from a fantasy football argument.
Yeah.
According to Peterson, Pham accused Peterson of cheating because he was, quote, stashing away players on my bench. Peterson said he looked up the rules of the league and that he was in the right. Disagreements ensued in a group text for the league, which sources say included MLB players from several teams. In addition to a disagreement over fantasy football, Pham said Peterson said some, quote, disrespectful shit about his former team, the Padres, in a text message. Here's Pham. He said, Pham. It was regarding my former team. I didn't like that, and I don't like the sketchy shit going on in the fantasy. We had too much money on the line, so I look at it like there's a code. You're fucking with my money, then you're going to say some disrespectful shit. There's a code to this. I said I didn't forget about that shit, and I walked up and I slapped him.
And I saw the video. He really walked up and slapped that motherfucker. They were standing there chopping it up. All of a sudden, you just seen smack. I'm like, God, he really slapped this motherfucker. Like,
Fantasy football real.
he said, I'm a high roller in Vegas. I don't play by my money.
But then your dumb ass gets suspended for 3 games and lose $100,000.
Tommy Pham cold though. Well, he's good. But
Yeah,
that was the one story of the week. I was like, bro, what?
What? Will Smith opened it up, bro, for everybody. Hey, Dukes, what T.Y. say? Smacking his back?
Slapping his back.
Slapping his back.
And just to follow up with you, he did stand for the anthem on Monday because those who serve in our military, and especially those who have paid the ultimate price for our rights and freedoms, deserve that acknowledgement and respect. And I am honored to stand on the line today to show mine.
This shit is becoming so fucking performative. Like, either do it or don't do it. Shut the fuck up about it.
And he's making 2 charitable donations, one to the organization dedicated to ending gun violence and another focused on protecting the health of veterans.
Okay.
What you do for police
Hey, he ain't said, hey, listen now, you only get 2.
He's like, my hands are tied. What do you expect? What can I do?
Have y'all ever gotten into any disagreements over fantasy football that led you to want to slap a bitch?
No, I take it serious, but not that serious.
I ain't have the Wayne Brady no more.
Yeah. But I do take it serious.
Like if somebody wronged you, you felt like they were cheating in the league, like would you just?
It's gonna be some words, but I don't think I'm gonna get physical. But I ain't gonna F with you though like that.
There was only one instance where I thought that I was like, y'all, I think y'all playing me, but I didn't have the proof to run it down.
So between Udonis Haslem and PJ Tucker talking about a code with NBA, like you don't disrespect your opponents like that. And, Tommy Pham talking about it's a code with fantasy football, and you don't be talking no disrespectful shit.
Is it?
It's an unwritten rule.
What's the unwritten rule? That I can't bust your ass and talk shit?
Well, he said that it was some shyster shit going on, some shady shit going on.
That's
probably some illegal trading and shit.
No, what is it? It was like an IR designation. So like basically like what's the name was stashing people on his IR. Jack Peterson was stashing people on his IR. Tommy Pham was like, bro, you can't do that. Jack Peterson was like, well, here's the rules.
In the rules though.
I can do that.
Yeah,
and then like from there, like they were joking, and like Tommy Pham didn't take something that I think it was like a meme or something that Jack Peterson sent. That was like basically like making fun of the Padres, and then he's like, I don't like that shit. That's disrespectful. You play with my money, so next time I see you, I'm gonna smack you.
I mean, it wasn't that
it's not that
egregious,
serious,
but no, that I can see because they probably put some. These are professional baseball players, so they probably put big money up for this league.
Yeah.
He probably didn't like the fact that he's
wasn't cheating.
he's probably stashing some of the better players.
But it was within the rules though. So how can you get
change
mad?
the damn rule then?
You can't get mad.
You can change the setting.
Really, what it comes down to is he was mad he
rules.
was losing. Like
Yeah,
if he was up, he wouldn't have a problem with him stashing. Like whatever, I don't care. Like he mad because he's down. He high rollers. Like Greg got a gambling problem. Like he mad he about to lose some money. No. And then from there, it's like, no, nigga, I don't want to joke with you.
Ha-ha's coming from this way.
And then you sensitive, and like everything that like anything you perceive as a slight, then it's a reason. Like, I gotta go handle it.
Yeah, no, it's on site.
Right before the game, on the field, in front of everybody.
They didn't do it before, like during the game or something.
I said before the game, but in front of everybody.
What if they hit a home run or something? They run around,
just rounding the bases,
and
just
smack you like God.
Nah, I ain't never been in no situation like that. Like
I ain't put my hands on. Not over no fantasy hoops.
But that's all we got for the topic of discussion. We do have one blow of the whistle. I hate to do it.
No, man.
Yeah, bro.
But she earned it.
She got to get it.
It hurt my heart, bro.
I know. When I seen it, I was like, oh, I know they sick. All right, now that's enough out of you. You know what? Tee his ass up.
Liz Cambage. All right, so a news report came out of Australia over the weekend that reported on an incident that took place allegedly last summer ahead of the 2020, well, technically the 2020 Summer Olympics that took place in 2021. Australia's women's basketball team was in a scrimmage with the Nigerian team. Liz Cambage obviously is, first of all, she's a half Nigerian player for the Australian team. She was being physically guarded by an opponent, didn't take too kindly to it, hauled off and hit her opponent, started the whole thing. They separated to their benches. Apparently, they came back out. The opponent fouled Liz hard, got into another argument where Liz apparently said some racist shit, calling them monkeys and telling them to go back to their third world country. The report out of Australia said that they corroborated this story, like the sequence of events, with players from the Australian team and also players from, I think, at least 3 players from the Nigerian team. And they all said that they heard like 2 confirmed, I believe, the monkey comment, and then 3 confirmed the monkey comment. I think 2 said that they heard her talk about Nigeria being a third world country. Liz came out and said that's not what happened. Like, we got into a fight, but I never said anything racist. Whatever. As a half Nigerian that doesn't really have a relation, like she said it publicly, like she doesn't really have a relationship with Nigeria. Like she claims that she wants to.
Then does this.
Yeah, apparently she did come out the next day or 2 and apologize to the Nigerian team, but like the players that they interviewed for the Australian piece said that it didn't seem genuine. It just seemed like she was saying the words and they were really mean.
Right.
And like if you again, like if you didn't do anything, like why would you be apologizing in the first place? But yeah, no, it's wild. Like I'm not biracial, so I can't speak to like the identity issues, but it would seem like there's more possibly going on under the surface about like her feelings about her Nigerian heritage, and like for it to come out that way. But like, yeah, it's just a bad look all around, and it's some foul shit. It's true.
It is, unfortunately, for real.
I got one word.
Whose man is this, bro? Exactly. Whose man is this? That was the longest dance ever for the goddamn damn to come on. No, I'm like, what the fuck is this playing?
Aren't the Goon guys like they're still on the Sparks, aren't they?
Yeah,
That might
that
must be an interesting locker room. They're definitely Nigerian.
Oh,
I don't know if they were.
Yeah, I did. Oh, snap. No, I'm really just thinking about it now. Like, okay.
LA gonna have an interesting season.
With Derek Fisher to play Peacemaker.
God damn! Where's the go back again?
Please find a shorter one.
What did you say, sir? Hold on, let me just find out. Cause
Sparks
God
coming for
dang,
the chip,
bro.
Sparks coming for
So
the chip.
the Lakers got some turmoil and issues going on. The Sparks got some turmoil and issues going on. Like it's a lot going on in LA.
It's LA, man. What you expect? I used to get in trouble saying that shit.
I bet you did.
I was walking by my mama. Damn!
He smacked the shit out you.
How many ass whoopings did wrestling get you? Like
Dog.
between damn and suck it.
Dude, I remember my mama turned her back. I was like, ah! She turned around like, fuck, what you doing?
Dancing.
They're like
Dance, mama.
unnecessary.
Give me a hell yeah. Yeah, no, I used to get mad trouble because of
fingers and shit.
wrestling and South Park. Like those were the two corrupting
I couldn't watch
forces.
South Park. I couldn't watch South Park or Ren and Stimpy.
Dude, I love Red and Stimpy.
I bet you did.
It was so
I bet you did.
Red and Stimpy was hilarious.
Did either of y'all watch the AEW pay-per-view?
No, but I seen the Jeff Hardy still Jeff Hardy. That motherfucker jumped from the side of a.
I heard he looked bad.
No, it's because of the Derby fight.
Oh yeah.
That's why he was like, he shouldn't have wrestled, bro. Like he for real fucked this Darby move. This man went back first into the ladder. I mean, to the steel stairs from the ladder, bro. Like what?
Woo!
He not no spring chicken,
He 44.
bro. That's what I'm saying. He ain't young, bro.
But he jumped from. He went up the ladder. And then he climbed the side of a scaffolding or some kind of building and shit. So he was up by a window, up high, and jumping down up there, down some tables.
What Sting do? Sting the setup man.
Sting was just
He
sitting there
holds the
looking
table.
like, hey, no, I ain't getting up
Sting holds the
there.
table, like, bro, I ain't
This
jumping
thing
that
is splash. You got me fucked up. Jeff, go ahead. You got it.
Like I'm not wrestling at 62 because I'm doing dumb shit like that. Like that's, you
but,
got
CM Punk fans would be happy that he did
Yep.
win
AEW World
AEW World Championship. It was a good match. Hank Page is good.
I
Hangman
heard
Page
he
is
kind of
really
wasted his run though.
Who? Hangman Page.
Hangman
Because
Page.
it took so long to get there. Like Kenny Omega being out, it was supposed to be Hangman Page. But then CM Punk, he's been there long enough. Now you gotta win the title.
But now I think they're trying to set up him and Okada from Japan.
Yeah, because I think Okada just won, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, he just won his title. So
I think that's the next Forbidden Door match will be
yeah,
them
but
two.
that too. I don't know. Like quick wrestling take, like everyone was like super geeked about CM Punk. Like I don't see what it was like people so geeked about.
Also, since you've been watching, I mean,
Yeah,
he's older
when he
now.
when he first came, I was like, okay, I see what people were saying. Like he cold on the mic and stuff like that. But I was
Definitely
like,
cold on the
in the ring, I was like,
that was,
I'm catching him old. So
Yeah.
I was like, I
Honestly,
get it, I understand.
like I said this when he came back, and I feel like Camille brought somebody on to kind of refute my point. But to me, like
Yeah.
still
That's
from
you.
Tim a little bit. To me, like he was always kind of mid in the ring. Like it's good storytelling, but it's not necessarily an exciting match.
Yeah.
Like the best match he had was like that Cena at Money in the Bank, and that was a lot because of like the crowd just being crazy off top. Like
I mean,
They were-
had some good ones too. Jericho.
see, I hated those matches, honestly. Like the one at Mania was
When he was pouring
slow.
after he had poured the
that,
beer on him.
yeah,
and
that
drank
shit
on him.
was just slow and like not. It didn't grab me. Like, and I was again like because he talked so well. like I was super invested in the story. I was a big CM Punk fan. I was like, oh yeah, like I love seeing what he does, but it's like as soon as that bell rings, it's not like it's not bad. It's just there. Like it's not really like it's exactly like he talks up such a good game that then you're like, oh yeah, I really want to see this match, and then it's like the match comes, it's like like again, it's not bad. It's just not exciting to me. Like he doesn't wrestle an exciting style, and apparently like since signing with AEW, like he's slowed down even more.
He's super
like,
slow.
You got the Daniel Bryan matches where he wrestling.
Yeah.
Deliberate like with what he does, and like it's fine, but it's just like
I haven't seen him wrestle, but now I know what he's gonna do next, and I've just started watching him a few months ago. Like I already know, okay, close on, but he's gonna do the whatever his finisher, the knee thing. He's gonna reverse this. Like everything is very predictable.
Yeah, like I've always felt like Punk is a great, like he's a great character. Like he does great character work. His promos are really engaging, but like it's just something that doesn't connect when he's wrestling.
And then one thing, shout out to Cody and Seth Rollins, like because I've been pissed that we've been getting them like so many matches of them, but they put a fight at Hell in a Cell. But like the build up to it, like now I'm like, yo, I'm ready to see. Did you see Raw?
I saw the promos.
They was beating the shit out of each other. Like for real. I was like, dog, what the fuck is
But
this?
the promos was actually pretty good too.
Seth Rollins, I was like, no, that promo was cool.
Oh, Seth's been cold on the mic for a while. He's just irritating.
I didn't know he was like that. I was like,
no, Seth has always been. I seen the post earlier. They was like, there's two type of guys that the WWE looks for. There's the one to carry and expand the brand, the Roman Reigns, the John Cena's, the Rock, Stone Cold, shit like that. And then there's the reliable workhorse who just gonna be there and be that guy. The Triple H's, the Undertakers, the
Randy Orton,
or the Seth Rollins.
Randy's off it. Randy Savage.
So the Seth he's a generational talent for sure, but he's not going to be like he's
not the top guy. He's the guy under the top guy,
right? And or if the top guy's gone, he's gonna be your top guy, and you know he's gonna carry you long enough for a new top guy or your top guy to come back. Like you said, Randy Orton. Randy was a top guy, carried it for a minute, and then when it was time to transition, all right, cool. He got 14 of them or 13 of them.
Randy Orton single-handedly brought back the tag team division.
So,
made it important again.
It's like that's how Seth has always been. Seth promos have been cold. Seth matches have been cold.
No, I know he can wrestle.
They always wanted somebody else.
He be wrestling.
Like I understand it though, but I can't wait for this one because when he told Cody, "You left 6 years ago because you weren't good enough."
Yeah.
And then you want to try to come back now and take a throne. He like, you can't take a sledgehammer to the throne because remember that's the first thing he did when he was to AEW.
Triple H throne,
Triple H throws, put a sledgehammer. Everybody in their mom was like, "Oh shit, it's over. He ain't never coming back." Seth said, "You can't take a sledgehammer to the throne and then try to come back and take it." Like, no, I ain't letting you do that. I don't like you. I don't want you here. And pretty much like, fuck you, bro. Like, but the way they delivered it, and both of them kind of like Cody was looking like, "Oh, word, we doing that." Like, it was a nice promo this Monday. And I like
Raw's
that.
normally trash.
It is.
I haven't watched the second of wrestling basically since WrestleMania. I know. I've watched WrestleMania. So like Cody won at Mania. I'm assuming they fought again since then. Backlash. Who won that one?
Cody.
Okay.
Third time's the charm. Hopefully, Seth Rollins will win this one. But they ain't gonna let Cody lose.
Tell it. I forgot about the card. It's on Sunday.
Summer. Not Sunday.
Hell in a Cell. I mean, the card is kind of mid.
It's very.
Well, you got 1 minute to sell us on the pay-per-view.
Oh shit! All right.
You ain't gonna do a good job, son.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. Hell in a Cell starts on Sunday, June 5th at 7 East or 7 p.m. Eastern. Anyways, matches to watch. Triple threat match with Bianca Belair, Becky Lynch, and Asuka's probably gonna be the match of the night. Match that steals the show is probably gonna be Cody and Seth Rollins. Other than that, there isn't too much to talk about because you have Bobby Lashley versus Omos and MVP, Kevin Owens versus Ezekiel, Rhea Ripley, Damian Priest, and Edge versus AJ Styles, Finn Balor, and Liv Morgan. On top of that, Austin Theory versus Mustafa Ali. There's nothing exciting about this pay-per-view except for the two main events.
Yep, that's it.
So where's Roman Reigns?
He's gone for the summer.
Yeah, he's gone for the summer.
The summer.
Like that's in real life or
in real life.
Yes. Like
he making
not doing house shows
wrestling.
no more. Like he's pretty much said, I'm not doing house shows no more. I'm just do full-time for the regular show. But he was in contract negotiations. He just re-upped his contract. And when he re-up, that's when they get the Usos the belts.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be going for the summer.
Yeah.
So like even on TV, like not just
he make appearances. They were saying like before pay-per-views, he'll make appearances but no match.
Yeah.
So like he got the
both
Brock
belts.
Lesnar. Brock
Damn
Lesnar.
near.
basically.
Okay.
For the
And
summer.
That's just
I
just
ain't
for the
mad
summer.
at
Because
it.
once he comes back, he'll be back in full swing of things, full
Yeah, I ain't
schedule,
mad
except
at
for
it.
house shows. They allow
So
him to
he'll
kinda
just be
take a
there
step
every
back.
week for TV, but not house.
Yeah.
But
And
right
then,
now he's not doing anything
And then they stopped
except
him.
for sporadic.
He's saying his goodbyes on the house show circuit right now. Because like he just had one this last Sunday. He was just telling everybody like, yeah, I'm gonna miss being here, doing these type of shows, things like that. He had some baby mugging him.
No, yeah.
I
You
saw
see
that.
that? I was like, that's cute. But he's not doing stuff like that no more. He's really transitioning to what he said he wouldn't do, which is just on this TV, and then probably just part time when he gets to Hollywood, and Hollywood starts blowing up for him.
So
too.
is that like, does he have a movie that he's shooting, or it's just like he's taking time?
No.
He's just taking time. But I wouldn't be surprised
I
if he had
ain't
a
mad
movie
at it.
randomly pop up though.
Yeah.
And they also
I was
been
gonna
teasing
say,
him
like,
in The Rock.
if you got the clout for it, like I do it, work less and get paid more. Like, hey,
And that's what they all kind of transition to do. Cena, he was talking shit about The Rock.
I mean, he just turned like 37, so like, I mean, one you could argue maybe he's like in his prime, but at the same time, it's like 37. He played football for a lot of years.
He
Like,
was sick too 2 years ago.
also has leukemia. Like,
So-
you know, like,
Like he needs to, and then from that point he took the title. When he came back, he took the title and held on to it for almost 2 years now. Like, I understand if you need to take a sabbatical, you need to take a sabbatical because he was at 500 plus days at some point.
I was gonna say, like, I think he got it
Yeah.
like right after SummerSlam in 2020. So
And then did they officially announce that they stopping the brand split? Or-
No, but I've read rumors about them doing it, and then
They
also
always
they started doing it
they
on Friday.
always do it like real quietly. Like they never like
Yeah.
officially announce it. Like it's just like
They've
you start
been doing
seeing
it.
people on both shows.
Yeah.
And,
And that's
like,
what
start
they did.
combining belts, and it's like, yeah.
'Cause I guess the issue in the past was if both TV networks was pissed. They was like, y'all not finna do a unified title because we don't have the main belt. And we don't have the main belt. They're like, okay, fine, fuck it. The main guy will go bounce between the shows. But she kept the tag team titles in 2 different shows, the mid-card titles. But now all the belts is on SmackDown.
Yeah.
All of the belts are on SmackDown because who I just Austin Theory is on Raw with the United
Yeah.
States Championship. Other than that, the tag team titles, the women's and the men's, and the women's is vacated, but they were SmackDown champs.
Facts.
Sasha
The
and
women's
Naomi
tag.
came from SmackDown.
Wait, so who are the women's like actual champions?
Nobody. Belts got vacated.
No, not tag team. Like the
Bianca.
women's
Oh,
champion.
Bianca
Bianca's
and
a Raw.
Ronda Rousey.
Yeah. Bianca's
So
Raw.
Rousey's
Ronda.
still around?
Yeah,
So
Rousey
Raw.
just won last pick.
Yeah.
the belt.
But she ain't been on SmackDown in a minute.
No, she was just on SmackDown
She was
last
on
like
Smack-
3
okay.
weeks. She had an open challenge because she's boosting
was there last-
Raquel Rodriguez.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
Charlotte just got married to Andrade, so that's why she gone.
Oh, they got married.
Over the weekend.
Mhm.
It was nice pictures.
I saw Rick walking her down the aisle.
With Pink Flamingo.
Hey.
This guy, I think it's like the third dog she got married. So it's like,
Oh.
how many times you gonna be trotting that banner?
Hey, listen, as many times as he wants to, and he can wear his flamingo the whole time.
Yeah, it was another wrestling question I had. Money in the Bank got moved. So like it was supposed to take place at Allegiant Stadium. Apparently
Mhm.
they didn't sell enough tickets, so it got
Mhm.
downgraded to like MGM Grand Arena or some shit. Like,
Mhm.
Which is still a nice size venue, it's just not the Allegiant.
I mean,
'Cause they-
Allegiant was like it's 60 something, and I think that they were only planning to seat it for like 35,000.
That's still a lot.
That's
Still,
I was gonna say,
it's still a
well, I mean, I'm
nice
just
size
saying, like,
venue.
it's half of like the full capacity, so they weren't running like a full football stadium to begin with.
Yeah.
But apparently, they didn't sell enough tickets to even think that they would hit that. So like now they downgraded to like a 16, 17,000 seat arena, which is like typical for a pay per view. But it's
yeah.
like you were trying to blow it out into this really big thing.
Because Money in the Bank.
Because it was supposed to be the stadium somewhere, right?
Yeah, it was
Because they won the
retained
next one.
stadium tour.
SummerSlam is where is that at?
That's in Nashville.
Nashville.
And then they got
they
the
got
UK
the
joint.
UK big. Yeah, they're supposed to be the big one.
But if you building cars like hell in a cell, ain't nobody gonna want to buy.
So they
why,
always
why
wanted-
would I pay? to
They
see
always-
something like that?
and it's backwards. I mean, I get it because like people have a lot of other opportunities to have like entertainment over the summer. So like you're competing with more shit because kids are out of school, they can go on vacation, blah blah blah.
Mhm.
But at the same time, like that doesn't mean like just completely water down your product. Like if anything, it means step your game up so that you get people.
Something to talk about, something to watch, especially because right now, granted, it's a lot of sports going on. It ain't a lot of sports going on.
I mean, if you listen to this show, like we talked about like 6 topics, and we usually have like double digits.
Yeah.
So
So it's
it's
stuff
a
going on.
dearth
But
of shit to talk about at the moment.
are we in the dog days of summer?
No,
Not
that's
yet.
like
Not yet.
like before football gets started. But then it's just baseball. Oh, we got some else to do.
As long as the Brewers keep winning the way they are.
Hey man, we got the finals coming up. We got the draft. We got that's fine. I was gonna say, we got baseball. We'll figure it out. Y'all stick with us. We've done this for 5 years. 5 straight summers.
Hey,
Shout out to Jason.
It feel like summer.
Last thing about wrestling, I saw Stephanie McMahon took a break, sabbatical, but apparently like kind of got forced out from what I understand.
Really? I thought
They
she
said
took a
people have
step
been,
back.
so like apparently, so she's been the chief branding officer for
Mhm.
a while.
Mhm.
Somebody stepped down.
Triple H did.
Well, no.
recently.
It was somebody. It was another executive that stepped down. She kind of absorbed some of that executive's duties, and
Mhm.
apparently, like those duties kind of fell off a little bit. And she's getting blamed for it, and because she was taking that heat, like she kind of was like, "Okay, I'm gonna take a break."
like fuck it then.
But it's really like a break to where, like, eventually you're just gonna get replaced.
give somebody else the opportunity to kind of take.
Apparently,
over those
Nick Khan
responsibilities.
is like consolidating power in WWE. From what I've
Yes,
heard.
he is. He's like a voice, big voice.
So like honestly, it's to the point where like the palace intrigue in WWE is actually more not exciting, but like more interesting than what's going on screen. It feels like, which is typically the
Changeover.
issue in wrestling, because like the MJF stuff in AEW, like again, like I'm up to date on like all this other stuff that's like behind the scenes, but like I have no idea what's actually going on the show.
Not the storylines, but you know MJF showed up at the last second at AEW and walked
Right.
the fuck off afterwards.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Small stuff too.
so if you ask why as an adult, like somebody will get into wrestling, it's like because it's a whole bunch of shit going on that don't even have to deal with like men in tights like wrestling each other in baby oil. Like
That's
Damn,
fair.
baby.
Man, bro, they doused them motherfuckers.
But anyway, that's the show for this week. As you remember, we no longer do the top 5, so we will just sign off and say this has been Technical Foul. Camille's not with us, but again, shoot her some positive messages as she recovers.
Indeed.
And we hope to have her back with us, if not for overtime this week, then next week for this show.
Absolutely.
You can catch her on Twitter, PSN, Instagram.
NIG. I think she
Yes.
said IG.
Camille Monet.
CAM.
CAMILLEMONAE. Because
Her mom is fancy.
gang.
For sure.
You can catch me on Twitter at Bucksburner. That is your 2021 NBA champion. Still the defending NBA champions for the next week and a half to 2 weeks.
That's all you get.
That's all you get.
Everyday_gentleman on Instagram. K Harris 216 on Twitter and Snapchat.
And it's your boy, TIMKINZ, the number 3, aka Ass Ketchum, aka Mr. Give It To Me. Be easy.
I knew with the deep
Ah,
breath, like some
shit.
bullshit was coming,
God.
and I didn't even. Still caught me off guard. Bye, y'all.